Yeah. Well, guys, don't be a rookie when you're going to Vietnam. Today we got Ken Duong telling us the 15 mistakes that tourists keep on making in 2026. Don't be a rookie. Let's find out what you need to know before you head to Nam. Good morning. All right.
To Vietnam 13 years ago, and looking back at my first trip in 1999 to Vietnam, and I realized I made a lot of mistakes. And in
Ugg, how old are you? You're looking good, bro. Just have to throw that out there. Good for you, dog.
In this video, I am going to show you the 15 things I wish I knew before traveling to Vietnam, so you do not waste money, get scammed, or make rookie mistakes before your trip even starts. So let's get started.
I did not pre-watch this. I did not
First,
steal the rookie
flights.
mistakes words from him.
Always book your international plane ticket before you even get involved in the visa process.
Okay.
So let me explain. When I search flights to Vietnam, the 3 tools I usually find most useful are Skyscanner, Google Flights, and Kayak for lower fees. But don't
Kayak
use the
and Google
so-called
all the way.
VPN hack. You've
No
probably
one
seen
else.
those videos by YouTubers that say to use a VPN, set your location to a cheap country like Thailand, and magically you get cheap fares to Hanoi. But this is the reality check. A lot of booking sites are smarter than they used to be. Even if you see a lower fare, you may get pushed into paying in a foreign currency. Then the bank hits you with fees and a bad exchange rate. The savings
unless
you
got a
thought
good
you
bank,
had,
bro.
they
Yes, hey.
disappear or even make the ticket more expensive. I see this a lot with my new clients. Second, visas.
You always get a
If
Wise
you need a
account, too.
tourist visa,
No big deal.
apply early, not at the last minute. Many tourists make this same mistake. They get excited, they book the ticket, and they think, I'll handle the visa later. Bad idea. In 2026,
Sure.
the process takes 3 to 5 business days on average.
You're fine.
So apply right after you book your tickets because this is
Don't
immigration.
stress about this one, guys.
One
Just make sure you do
typo,
it like a week out.
one missing detail, one issue with your passport photo, one website glitch, and suddenly your whole trip is under pressure. My advice is simple.
Under
Book your
pressure.
flight first and then apply for your visa right away. Give yourself about 2 weeks before departure, just in case you need to change something or resubmit. If you're from a visa-free country, great. I've updated the 2026 list in the description below. But for everyone else, visa mistakes are one of the dumbest ways to ruin your Vietnam trip before it even starts. And if you want to be completely stress-free, my team handles hundreds of these visa applications every single month. We make sure that the details and info are correct the first time. Contact information in the description below.
Attaboy, get that money,
packing.
bro.
Pack
Yeah.
lighter than you need. Vietnam is literally the manufacturing.
Dude, Vietnam is one of those countries, like, if you do have a chance, you find something that doesn't cost too much. Like, there's a couple of guys online doing YouTube and all that. Maybe you'll see them on my channel. Get some help. Especially help on arrival. They'll pick you up from the airport. They'll help you find a place. All that kind of stuff, especially expats, people trying to move there. Maybe vacation's a little different, but I don't know. And also, all these clothes right here, if you're a big boy, like I'm 292, bro, I ain't fitting in any Laker jersey. You gotta buy your clothes in America before you go over there. You can buy some gifts for people, especially like little people. But, I could get a suit there for cheap. Yeah, because they take measurements and they cut it and all that. But, like, all the cool stuff like this, all this knockoff, man, unfortunately, I ain't fitting. Just give it away at the hostels and, like, find cool people, dress them up.
Capital for shoes and clothing. You can get a quality t-shirt, lightweight jacket, and perfect walking shoes cheaply. The only real
Super
thing you
cheap.
have to think about is the climate. Ho Chi Minh
Hysterically
City
cheap.
is always hot. Hanoi can get surprisingly cold in the winter. Fourth,
Yeah.
money.
And Hanoi, you can't breathe, like, ever. Because there's just pollution. There's all sorts of just, like, motorbikes driving by. Like, all sorts of burning of garbage happening in the streets. Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, that's one thing. Like, it's a little different down south.
And currency exchange. Don't exchange all your money back home. In Vietnam, better rates are often available in major cities. Licensed gold shops, jewelry shops, and banks can be decent options. Before you exchange anything, reference the exchange rate on XE or Google so you know what the fair rate is. If you decide to bring cash, bring only new $50 or $100 bills. No folds, no ink marks, and no wrinkles, because the counters will reject the damaged notes instantly. Fifth,
and guys, I don't know, just get a Wise account. You'll be fine. You can transfer your currency all over different countries, different currencies, avoid all these ATM fees and everything, and then you just go pull out cash. Like, you're fine. If you're gonna bring cash, just bring like gold or something, you know. Those cash exchange places, even in the airport, they rip you off.
ATMs. ATMs are everywhere in cities, but much less common in rural areas. This is where tourists quietly bleed money, making lots of small withdrawals. This is how you get hit
I want to go to
again
places
and
like that,
again
and then you see
with
how many
local
people are actually there.
ATM fees, your home bank
What's the
fees,
point?
and then a bad conversion rate on top of that. So make fewer, larger withdrawals, because most Vietnamese ATMs charge a local fee of 20,000 to 55,000
Yeah, for sure. That's any
VND per
ATM
withdrawal.
though, right?
In 2026, VP
out of
Bank
service.
is free for foreign cards with a maximum of around 10 million VND per transaction. That's roughly $400 depending on your exchange rate. Although your home bank may still charge its own fees. And
Just
if
get
the
a Wise
ATM
account.
asks whether you want the machine to do your currency conversion, always tap no.
Yeah.
Let your own bank handle
They
the
will
conversion.
rip you
The ATM
off.
rate is almost always terrible. It can even cost you 3 to 5% more without you
Easily.
realizing. Number 6, if I had to pick the 3 bucket list.
You know who's the worst at that though? The British. When you go out there in London, don't let them do it. What up, purple guy? R6P.
Visits for the first-time traveler, I would skip the lazy internet list. Everybody repeats the same Vietnam checklist, Ha Long Bay, Cu Chi, and the recycled list over and over again. I would choose Ninh Bình for the easiest big wow factor, Mu Trang Chai for the mountain and rice terrace scenery, and Cao Bang if you want something that feels more rewarding and less overdone. That combination will give you a much better experience for your first Vietnam trip than just chasing the famous names. If you're getting value from this video, then subscribe, because
Guys, if you're going to Vietnam and you're not moving there, it's just, yeah, thank you, Singular, trying to sell me cheap viewers. I'll do it organically. I appreciate you. Anyways, just stay there for a month, get a nice apartment for $400, $500 a month, and then just venture out. So you got a home base to return to. You can actually talk to locals and meet some friends, somebody that'll take you somewhere off the beaten path. You know, you don't need to go to all the big staples. So that's just not the way to
Vietnam
travel.
rewards prepared people and punishes clueless ones.
It's better to drink with your
Thus, we are
friends. That's why
here
I'm
to
going
keep
live
you out
today.
of trouble. Number 7, budget. Vietnam is still very affordable, but somehow tourists still find ways to waste money. You can book a hostel for a few dollars, or a budget hotel for $25 to $35, or a 5-star luxury hotel for a few $100 a night, and still eat fantastic cheap food for $1 to $2. Check out my $3 a day challenge video in the description below. But if you only stay in tourist areas, eat only imported foods, and use the lazy convenience options, Vietnam can get really expensive faster than you expected. Vietnam is affordable, but only if you travel smartly. Number 8, domestic transportation. Vietnam gives you many ways to move around. Sleeper buses, trains, flights, taxis, ride apps, and motorbikes if you're feeling brave. But cheap and smart are not always the same thing. Sleeper buses are affordable, yes. I would recommend highly the reputable ones such as Futa and the Sin Tourist. But be warned, sleeper is a loose term. Unless you are under 5'5", you will be folded into a plastic bunk like a human pretzel. It is one of the most affordable ways to get around.
Is that
but for long distance trips, it could take over 12 plus hours because the road networks are still improving. For long distances, flying is often the smarter move. Domestic flights are incredibly cheap and your spine will thank you. But remember, if you're flying budget, they will weigh your carry-on with the precision of a drug dealer. If you're over 500 grams, they will charge you enough for a second seat. And whatever you do, download your ride-hailing app before you land. In the cities, ride-hailing apps are the easiest answer. Grab, Bee, or Sun SM. Grab is like Uber. Bee is cheaper than Grab, and Sun SM, that is for the electric. Clear price, less confusion, less drama. Number 9, taxis. Traditional taxis can still work, especially the reputable companies like Mylin, which is green, or Venasun, which is white and green. But using a traditional street taxi in 2026 is like playing Russian roulette with your wallet. Half of the time, the meter is broken, and the other half, the taxi.
You guys, everyone should know this by now. It's 2026. Doesn't matter where you live in the world. Like, using a taxi, you figure out how much it's going to cost ahead of time. Never use the meter. That gives the guy incentive to just like take the quickest route possible and like punch it, you know, do what he wants to do instead of just like being lazy and stopping at yellow lights, right?
Taxi drivers do not speak a lick of English, and they'll probably take you on a scenic route over 3 provinces just to get you to your hotel 2 blocks away. I'm not saying that all taxis are a scam.
Love it. Thanks for being here.
If you can resolve this problem with your phone in just 10 seconds, then just use your phone. Number 10, hotels. Booking and Agoda can be useful, and they have many good deals. But you can't trust all the online reviews. With Vietnam's strict defamation laws, many hotels are able to hide negative feedbacks on those platforms. So I would recommend you double check on other websites and forums. Number 11, Airbnb.
And again, don't stay at hot hotels. Like, jump into a hostel for a couple days and then dip out to a nice apartment that's fully furnished for $400, $500, sometimes $300 a month. Then you got time to explore Vietnam, and shit, you might not ever want to leave, and you'll just do border runs for the rest of your life.
This is where people get really surprised. Depending on the city and building, especially in places like Saigon, short-term rentals under 30 days are banned or strictly enforced. In other places, management suddenly gets serious and your booking becomes a problem at check-in. So if you use Airbnb, ask your host directly if short-term rentals are allowed in that building. Do not assume just because it's listed, everything is fine. 12. Serviced apartments. If you're staying longer, especially over a month, then serviced apartments are the smarter move anyway. They are usually furnished, come with housekeeping, cheaper than Airbnbs, and you don't have to sign a long-term lease. Because they're usually single-owner buildings, you avoid the short-term rental policy headaches. Number 13, is Vietnam safe? I actually get this question all the time. Aside from the 55 common scams that you get here and there, click to watch that video below. And crossing the street, Vietnam is extremely safe. Women can walk alone at night. Violence is very rare as long as you don't break the law, like drugs or robbing a jewelry store like the guy I covered. You'll have an amazing experience in Vietnam. But if you do get into some trouble, just get in touch with our law firm. Also, I want to hear from the expats that are living here in Vietnam right now. Is Vietnam safe?
No, yeah, absolutely. Except like when you're crossing the street, he mentioned, just pick a speed of crossing the street and just stick to it. Don't stop and like hesitate. Hesitate and you die, bro. Just walk and just pick your speed. You'll be fine.
Number 14, cheap Hoi An tailors. Many videos online make it seem like you can just walk into any Hoi An tailor and get a Savile Royal suit for the price of a t-shirt. This is the reality.
No.
A 24-hour suit is a bad suit. The stitching will fail. The fabric is probably a synthetic wool from a warehouse in China. And the fit is atrocious. These shops survive on the fact that people are only there for 2 days and they won't come back to complain. Some of these shops even offer discounts for 5-star reviews even before you pick the garment. It is brilliant, if slightly unethical, marketing machine. If you want a real suit, go to a reputable tailor, like the one we visited before. Check that video out. Depending on the fabric you choose, it can run anywhere from about $150 to more than $1,000 for Italian or Egyptian.
Yo, what up, cool guy? You guys notice that all these girls are really pretty, right? and even the dudes are handsome. It's Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon. Funny thing is, Ho Chi Minh back in the day, he sent all of his warriors like out into the jungle, up and down, all the way in like modern day Cambodia, Laos, and all that, right? And he told them to bring back all the prettiest women. So they did it. I'm talking like miles out, like way the fuck out there. And they brought back all the prettiest women from every village, every town. And like he created this royal concubine of all of Vietnam's, like the modern Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia area, and like proceeded to have children with them and like give them to his like most loyal men and warriors and stuff. And like the end result generations later is like, well, everyone looks good. They just brought all these good genetics into town and kind of diluted the poor genetic stock. And yeah, pretty cool. Interesting history, right?
Wool fabric. Take it from me, I almost sleep in my suits.
Oh.
And finally, number 15, Vietnamese people and communication. One of the best things about Vietnam is the people. Vietnamese people are often friendly, curious, and open to talking
Aunties
with
are always
foreigners,
working out.
Especially in the bigger cities. A lot of younger
That's what you're
locals
into.
speak some English or really want to practice it.
Unks are always smoking.
And if they don't, for sure they'll be fluent in Google Translate or ChatGPT. So don't be shy or hesitate to use Google Translate. Learn a few Vietnamese words. Xin chào, hello,
Xin
cảm
chào.
ơn, thank you, bạn khỏe không, how are
Bạn
you?
khỏe không?
Smile, show a little respect, put in a little effort, and you get warmer responses than you expect.
See what I say about the
You
unks?
never
They're just
know,
over there smoking.
you might fight. So I want to hear from you. If you've already been to Vietnam, what is the one thing you wish you knew before you came? Put it in the comments below, and maybe
All I
you'll
know
save
is,
someone money,
I
stress,
would love
and
for
confusion.
my future children
and
to
if you're
have an
planning to
Asian
move to
mom.
Vietnam,
Asian moms are
dealing
the
with visa
dopest.
issues, residency, marriages, work permits, or real legal issues the right way, that is exactly what our firm helps people do. Contact information below. So on behalf of Duong Global, my name is Ken Duong. Thank you very much for watching this
Ken
video,
Duong.
and I'll
Yes.
see you on the next one.
He's awesome. That was great. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in here, hitting that chat.
It looks like
poking that
Xbox is just
algorithm a
getting
little bit.
started. What's up, y'all? I'm
Yeah,
Ray.
what up, buddy? I'm going to back out of there right now. Yeah, I'll be right back. You guys know the drill. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it might be. Just got to end the stream. Throw the details about the next one up. And there we go. It's just the best way for me to get views over time instead of having one really long multi-hour stream.